All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to HCA 2025. We got like the week 4 knockouts going on. We got units getting knocked out today, or clans getting knocked out of the race today. So go ahead and disconnect from chat real quick. And so here we go. We got Pathfinders versus Helios. Should be a pretty good match. Here goes the curtain. We got Guderian casting from the other side right now, so I'm sure a lot of you guys are watching him. He's a good caster, so I don't blame you. But for those of you who are hanging out, I really appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Let's go ahead and watch for some rockets. I definitely see some vehicles coming across for Pathfinders over there. Helios, I see something, Luke's, I think, coming down the road behind a truck right there. Probably something going to set up down here by the church eventually, but if I look over here, yeah, here they're coming up the road. Here comes some more Helios guys. Still don't see any rockets going across. Oh, there we go. Pretty close. Didn't quite get the truck. Here comes another one. That one didn't come anywhere near anything, but that first rocket was pretty close. Here comes some more. That's going to be way too far, way too deep now. It's quiet. So far away, nobody's shooting yet. Blair goes up for Pathfinders. They're going to kind of see that there's nobody coming from that direction. They're coming in right in front of them here. Rockets goes across, hits him right in the face right there. Infantry kill with the rockets, and it does look like Helios is going to make the circle a lot faster with a considerably larger number of troops. Most of Pathfinder's guys who made it to the immediate, they're not even in the circle, the immediate area of the circle are up here in the north. And they got two of their Stuarts up here, so they do have some tank pressure going on. I can see one of the tanks, I think that might be the P4 actually. Yeah, here comes the P4 up here in the north, so the tanks are going to fight it up here in the north. Where is the medium? He's a little bit further back. He's right there behind that building, so he's covering the road. They do have their medium covering the road, but the P4 is coming up here in the north, so he's looking to catch these Stuarts all alone. Let's see if he gets this first one here. Does catch a rocket from Mark. There he comes. He's looking. He does have that like shed right in the way, so he's going to pull in further. A lot of infantry pulling up. I should be calling this out right now. Snarky Snacks right there's a squad leader, and then there goes the first Stuart. Did not call that out to the Stuart that there was a P4 creeping up on him. Maybe they thought it was a Luke, so I'm not sure. Now, Pathfinders is starting to take the circle back. They're getting into the circle pretty good up over here. There is a Luke's inside the circle, so it is still ticking towards Helios right now. That Luke's is adding a lot of cap pressure. It looks like there's another Luke's there as well, I believe. No, I don't think. Honestly, yeah, I don't think that Luke's is in the circle. Yep, no, he's not. You can see it now in that flare. But it is still ticking towards Helios at the moment. They've got a nice looking line going on right now. Pathfinders is fighting it out pretty good. This P4 kind of caught him off guard up here in the north, taking out one of their lights. Now, where did that medium Sherman go? He pulled up over here. He tried to engage with the P4. The P4 has already gotten out of here. There goes the capture to Helios. Pathfinder's going to have to start dropping some OPs. I see Dad Bod, Potato, Ham-Popo. Long-range rocket coming in from way downtown over there. So they got a decent number of squad leaders here. Should be able to get some OPs back up, start getting some pressure on here at the circle. They actually have a pretty good-looking push here infantry-wise. If they could get rid of one or two of these Lukeses, maybe they could start getting some cap pressure going on. Does look like the P4 just got a hold of the medium Sherman right there. And here comes one of the Lukeses pulling up. Oh, he's just pulling up. Looked like he was going to drive right through that opening or something. The infantry's starting to push up. Pathfinders is starting to capture the point, so it does look like Helios is going to get a little more aggressive up here in the center. Driving their Lukeses up towards the north. Looking to help clear out this infantry up here, I guess. And you see the P4 is pulling into the circle over there to keep that cap pressure going. It's not quite enough. Pathfinders is still capping. Supplies coming down for Helios. Up here on the north side, there goes... Is that the Stewart? Okay, there goes the other Stewart. Got caught by the P4. And these Lukes is up here on the north side now, covering both sides of this mansion, allowing the infantry to push in here and clear this out. Now, this is a straight line fight. We're looking at a straight line fight across the north side of the map, so it's not going to extend too far to the south. But we will be spending most of our time up here on the north. But we'll swing down there from time to time to see how the flank is looking. The media managed to catch a hold of one of the Lukeses who pushed a little too far forward. Nice shooting by Sfazo. Speaking of which, we didn't really Javik is the P4 gunner over there who's doing a good job as well. Got himself a couple of Stewart kills. Infantry now pushing in from Pathfinders up here on the north side, trying to clear this out in the wake of the death of that Luke. There is still another Luke's up there though, so it's going to keep them bottlenecked there. They're not going to be able to push in. I just heard a satchel go off down here, so somebody's trying to clear out some infantry, maybe even force that P4 to back off. But Pathfinders has been pushed back. Down here towards the south on the flank. In the center here. It looks like Helios has a little bit more in numbers. And there is some solid exchanging going on. Sniper girl gets tuna robber right there. Murray pushing up. So Helios gaining some ground right here. Pathfinders to push up from the center of the map here. Likely have a garrison. Yep, there's the standard garrison spot down here. It's right there in the little... That little narrowing choke point there. Here comes some more Helios guys pushing up from the south. Now, there is a squad leader pushing way down to the south for Pathfinders. Maybe they can get something going on way on the far flank. Start rolling up some of these infantry for Helios. But Helios, for the time being, is dominating pretty well with their infantry. Making good progress, slowly pushing forward. Let's take a quick look at the lines. You can see Pathfinder has a nice looking line right here, but it's a little bit of a well, crescent moon going on here. Helios is just a little more around the... I can't think of the words I want to say. Fucking got the dumb going on right now. It's been a long day. My kid was something today, so I apologize. My brain's a little frazzled. I'll do my best to keep my energy up, keep this fun for you guys. Donald Pump gets himself a couple of kills right there. Gets shot in the back by Data. Here's some more shooting going on down here as worked. Trying to keep him busy over here in this house. Oh, gets hip fire machine gun from worst guitarist. Let's shoot back up to the north. There's supplies coming down right here for Helios, actually, and a flare as well. You're gonna see that those supplies are about to drop right on top of some infantry. Osiris back here about to run into Rick. I think Rick took some shots at him and he turned and went the other way, or maybe he's building. I think Rick took some shots at him and didn't get him. So Helios trying to set up something going on way down there to the south. Something just went up over here. One of the starting trucks, maybe? Yeah, start truck. There's the P4 right below us. Sorry, let me get the camera under control. And it does look like Helios has managed to push through. They've taken control of the church. They've taken control of the building on the northeast corner. The northeast courtyard. They've, for the most part, taken control of the north. Libby is up in here by himself. He can keep busy. Nope. Nope. He goes down to Ness. And Pathfinders has been pushed back. They still have their medium here. Maybe they can get something going on with this. He's catching rockets, though. Not quite enough to destroy him just yet. Grunt goes down to Teriyaki. And Pathfinder's having a hard time getting back in here. Here, bombing run. There goes the medium, goes down to Shadow. Nice rocket by Shadow. Hits him in the front, still takes him down. Tiger pulling up for Helios. Bombing run going on down here. That seems to be a Helios bombing run. Looks like they want to clear out the garrison that's down here. They did indeed get the garrison with the bombing run. It's not overly surprising, like I said. It's just kind of there. There's the counter bombing run from Pathfinders. Probably got itself a couple of kills, but Helios is in complete control up here in the north. Complete control. Pathfinder's just going to have a hell of a time pushing through and trying to find a way in there. Their best bet is to take control of down here in the south and swing up this way. It's really hard to push across this last open area here. And so the best way to attack this is come down through, come in through these barns, get into this wheat field, and start hitting it from the south and the west is the best way to get into Veerville. You can get in the front door, but it's very difficult because there's going to be people watching from multiple angles, which is exactly what Helios is doing right now. There's a couple of guys making it in, using the wheat for cover. But you can see that the Pathfinders just take a ton of casualties down there. And this, of course, is why Helios is also focusing on a number of their guys down here. They know that if Pathfinders can push through down here in the south, that their flank is wide open. So, I mean, Helios wants to do the same thing. They want to get guys up here in the draw, into these buildings, push it up and over into this trench right here, trying to get into Win 73 from the south, because the north is very open. It's incredibly difficult to get through up there. But if they can get down here into these buildings, they, push right up that fence right there, and they're in. And Helios has Pathfinders in dire straits down here in the south. Data goes down right there. Who am I hearing? Reddyfish shooting? Is that who's shooting? Oh, yeah. Because he's the automatic rifle. I forget that he gets a version of the FG-42. I was like, I hear the FG-42, but man, that thing's shooting fast. Up here in the north, there is a 76 up here. There was a Tiger that we had seen. Looks like he's over there on the main road now. And he's pulling up. Now, we do have a 76 over here. And we'll see. We'll wait a second and see if that Tiger pulls all the way up to where this 76 can see him. He's shooting a long range. What's he shooting at over there? There's the P4. The P4, which is still alive, taking some rounds from the 76. Starting truck goes off right there. Always catches me off guard, one of those. And I'm like, what did I miss? Pathfinder still trying to make their way across the wheat field. Not making very far. As I said, it's incredibly difficult to get through here. They're going to have to try and find their way around the flank. They do have some guys that are sweeping, or that managed to swing all the way around to the chapel. Come on, lock onto him. Now this is a good position. Shoot some guys in the back. They're gonna find him fast though, and the downside is that it won't take him long to figure out where he is. He does get a kill right there. It's not gonna take him long to figure out where he is. But Rick has made his way around. If he can get something going on back here, maybe even a supply drop or something going on back here, double drop. A double drop would be good. If they could get a double drop red zone garrison going on back there, they could start getting a flank attack going. Helios with a number of squad leaders way down here in the south. There's Glow. What is he doing? He's like all the way down on the beach. Stay away from the arty, Glow. Don't do it. Like, where is he going? It really looks like he's going straight to the arty. I know he's just being sneaky and trying to make his way all the way around to the backside of Win 73 without lighting up any garrisons, but it looks like he's going for the arty. So we'll see. We'll come back in a minute. We'll see if he can make his way around to the backside of Win 73. That's a very long flank, but it could pay off. Rick is basically doing the same thing. He's further north, though. There's Data. Gas Mask looks like he found this out. He does still... I think he just stepped on a mine, maybe? Gas Mask did? Says he was right there, and now he's gone. He did. Alright, let's shift back up to the north. Data running into a whole hornet's nest right here. He finds the garrison. Just put a satchel on the wall. Gets gas mask. He's moving away. Gets another one. Gets mellow. That should be able to get that garrison, I think. See if he gets a spawn in with it too. That would be pretty cool. Icon looking the other way and should be able to see him. Satchel goes off, gets the garrison and a kill. And Data can move away from there. He doesn't need to stay. Helios trying to push out now here from the front door of what is this? Veerville? Of Veerville, yeah. Oh man, look at this. Here they broke through in the center. It looks like Helios completely broke through in the center after that garrison got destroyed. Couple of guys for Pathfinders here to try and stop them, but they're getting cleaned up pretty hard. Now, there is a tank back here that is trying to stem this breakthrough. Das Orcs, Duper's coming right for ya. Dupapinski. Dupinski. They run right past each other, give each other a little high five. The Orcs looking to get some kills. Rock's coming across. Anthrite gets himself a rocket kill before being taken out by Whiskey. Das Orc gets himself a couple of kills. Helping stall up this attack from Helios. Trying to buy them some time to move into place somewhere else. I see supplies dropping way back there for Helios, so I'm wondering if Rick managed to find a garrison back there and destroy it. Oh, yeah, he did. We saw him with the satchel. They must be trying to replace that over there. Is that a Stewart? Got a Stewart driving around back here trying to protect Win 73. Sergeant Panda's here. Where is Glow? There is Glow. Has managed to slip his way around. He's got infantry around him, but not terribly close. Playing the patient game. Not sure where his OP is. Probably close. I think he's in the zone here. Looks like he's trying to get an OP up right now. He's got his stopwatch out, so. Yep, there's his OP. Trying to bring some guys in the backside now. Trying to make his way up to the north side of the draw. Playing the long game over here. By the time he gets into position, these guys will have pushed their way up the draw. Now, there is some guys behind him now, so Helios is making a nice push over here, but they're starting to get some infantry behind them, so we'll see if they overextend a little bit, maybe get some spawns taken out from behind. Got worked up there in that building. Just eyeballing that P4. Got infantry running right below him. Almost looks like Sherby's looking for him. Must have known he was up there. He ran right up there and shot him. Nice shooting by Sherby though. Oh, folded. Lands a ricochet on the P4. Bick goes down to Donald Pump. Doesn't look like Folded's gonna get that next rocket shot off. Pathfinders kind of getting in here up in the north, getting some pressure on at least. You got Data coming in from behind again. Rick still has his squad back here, bringing some more guys in. Should be able to start getting some pressure on here from the backside. Maybe draw off some of these Helios guys. These guys are getting pretty far forward, especially here in the center, having made it up to this next intersection. They got a Luke sending in some crossfire from down in the south, over there by the church. Libby has managed to make his way all the way up. He got taken down. They do have the 76 up here. Sounds like they got something behind me as well. That's that Stewart, still alive. I see another 76 coming up the embankment as well. Let's go see where Glow is. Glow's still down there. I wonder if he's trying to get a red zone garrison going. Or maybe he died. I don't know, but here comes Caveman. Caveman goes down to Toasty. That's going to draw more guys this way, so whatever Glow plans on doing back here, he better do it soon. Felt like somebody was shooting at somebody over here. Some more spawn-ins for Glow's squad over here. But now that he's been discovered, I'm not entirely sure how much he's really going to be able to do. They definitely know there's something going on over here. There goes Campo, goes down to average gamer. With a nice long-range shot. That was not close. That was a good shot. So now Glow is moving away. Looks like he wants to be prepared to get his OP up again somewhere else. It is still there. Looked like it was gone for a second. Toasty running into Caveman. Gets taken out with a headshot from Caveman. This push down the draw, it looks so powerful. Pathfinders has been managed to stall it up so far. There goes the P4. Gets taken out by that new 76 that pulled up. The one that we saw a moment ago coming up the embankment. So Pathfinders tanks find themselves a nice little victory right there. Managed to clear out at least one of the tanks. But Helios is just slipping past right here. They've Pathfinders still has this base up here in the north, but which tank does it go for? It's going for this one. Looks like it did some damage, but he is still ticking. He's still going to be able to fight. He's going to be able to keep that base of operations going on for Pathfinders. They need it. They need to keep that pressure going on the front door. I know it's difficult to get in there, but they cannot allow Helios to take control of it, because then Helios is just going to be that much closer to the next point. And there is definitely some exchanging going on up over here. These guys just slaughtered each other. Look at all the bodies. These guys must have just been a spawn-in. They completely wiped each other out. Here comes some more. Here comes Teriyaki making his way. The 76 still holding the road. A number of infantry coming out here. Do they got a garrison there? Yeah, they got a garrison up here. I'd say they keep bringing a lot of infantry up here, so they must have something. Teriyaki's about to come up here, throwing grenades. He's going to come around the fence. Nobody's looking. Dad bod, no! Just barely misses. Dad bod goes down. Teriyaki goes down to one of the tanks in the back. I think the Stewart got him. Looks like Crispy Chicken is out of the 76, and he's trying to call out targets from this barn over here. Supplies coming down over by the church for Helios. There's still a lot of power here for Pathfinders, but they're having a hard time breaking out of here. Here comes the artillery now. Is being directed into this position. And it looks like Helios has had enough of this. They're going to start trying to clear this out. And some more infantry coming across. Rockets coming through, trying to hit the buildings. 76 is backing off. He's lost his repair station. It's MG back here somewhere. Samron all the way back here shooting across. Ricochet off the front of the 76 from Pop-Tart before he gets taken down. 76 still holding this position. Gets himself a bunch of infantry kills right there. Helios just cannot seem to break through this tank. Yeah, these guys are doing a great job catching some more rockets from Pop-Tart. Doesn't look like he did any damage. Another spawn in for Pathfinders. They've got their other tanks further over to the east, blasting this from that flank as well. Already coming down right on top of that garrison, though, so they're still having a hard time bringing the reinforcements in here. A ricochet off the front of the 76. Let's take a quick look around, but so far, looks like Glow has made his way up into the trenches a little bit. He's still trying to get some pressure going on over there, keeping some heads turned. It does look like Pathfinders has managed to push back up here in the center and retake some of that ground. So maybe they can get a garrison go back on up over there. Was that another repair station just went up? You've got NES has made his way up over here. He is a squad leader. He should not be able to put an OP. Should be enemies too close. Narrowly escapes getting blasted by the 76. Already clearing out the infantry though, and here comes a massive wave of infantry for Helios. I still only see the one AT Pop-Tart, and he got taken down by the driver, so they're still having a hard time clearing this 76 out of here. The garrison is still up. I did just see it. There's another spawn on it with another squad leader. Flares going up. They're going to know that there's infantry coming around the backside of the house right here. Here comes Crispy Chicken around the corner. Gets taken down by NES. There comes the 76 backing up, but he runs into the Belgian gate and gets stopped at the edge of the map right there. NES does get taken down by Deputy. Here comes Jaka coming around the backside. Jaka gets Papo in the back. He should be able to hear the garrison. He just heard the garrison. He's head back the other way. He's got the garrison locked up. And Helios is finally able to get this garrison out of here. The 76 catches a round from a tank somewhere over there. Right there. There's the Tiger. Manages to catch a hold of the 76 with a keyhole shot. The garrison went down. The guy did get run over by the 76. I saw that. Chaka got run over. The 76 is still alive. He will be able to fight a little bit longer here. Brickrolled is up in the courtyard, though. As a squad leader, should be able to drop an OP, like on the back side of this wall back here. And I think Helios is going to be able to take control of this position. Oh, and there goes the 76. I don't think that... Did he place a satchel there or something? I'm not sure. I don't think that Tiger can hit him where he is. Maybe he can. There is a handful of infantry here still for Pathfinders, so we'll see if they can retake this. We'll come back. We'll see if they can hang on to it. Over here in the center. Hi, Wix. Over here in the center, Helios is trying to push up. They're starting to gain some ground down here again. Can be kind of hard to push up this draw since you can easily get shot from people on the other side of the draw. And the fight has started to extend down to the south now. We're just over 30 minutes into the match, and the fight is starting to move further away from the center. It's starting to spread out. They're trying to find a way around each other's flanks, trying to slip some things through. Both sides have already slipped a couple of guys through. You can see Rick, he did eventually get found out. Now he's way down here in the south trying to find his way in yet again. Duper Dubinsky is up in here as a squad leader, though. Glow is here still as well. Duper goes down, but Glow is still here. He gets marked with an infantry marker from the commander. Mongo spawns in here as well. Glow just keeping a tiny little bit of pressure going on here on the backside of the draw. I'm a little surprised that he has not attempted to push down through right here past Dog Green and come up on the backside back here. It's a dangerous spot for your OP, but you can get a squad like in the circle, and that can just cause some havoc. Average Gamer's looking. Oh, they got an AT gun up over here. That's what they're doing. Never mind. Glow goes down to Average Gamer. Average Gamer goes down to Chosen. The AT gun is live. He's looking for the tanks that are over there at Win 73. The 76 is on the backside of the hill. He can't quite see it. Oh, it looks like he actually got one of the 76s. We didn't see that. They not know where he is? Maybe they thought he was one of the tanks? Here comes Caveman from behind. Mongo goes down to Caveman. Caveman's going to call out this AT gun now. This thing should get destroyed pretty quick. There goes Glow spawning back in. He's got to be able to hear the footsteps. Caveman didn't find him. I think he found the OP, but Glow's still alive, so he's just going to wait a minute and drop a new OP. Back up here in the north, it does look like Pathfinders managed to keep a small foothold up here in this position, in this courtyard up here, but one of the Tigers is now pulling up and is getting shot from that other 76 that just came into the fight back there, down that little hill, so he's safe from the AT gun. I don't think that Pathfinders can be able to hold on to this. They do have another garrison up over here, so they're trying to bring it back as best they can. And Papa comes in as a squad leader. Maybe he can get an OP up. He got Flurg. There's another spawn in on the garrison. They're taking grenades. Helios is right on top of this garrison. And Papa goes down as Papa Bear comes around the backside. Here comes the Tiger. A swing and a miss with the rocket from Pop-Tart does not quite get the garrison. All of the infantry goes down for Pathfinders. I don't think that garrison is going to be able to get another spawn in. OP gets burned. Here goes the garrison. Even if they spawn in, they've got multiple rifles watching it. The garrison goes down, and Helios takes complete control of this northern position. Down here to the south, there's a handful of Pathfinder guys trying to hold on to these hedgerows here. Already taking more casualties. Get some more spawn-ins going on. They got Helios pushing straight up this fence line. Trying to push through this smoke. I would imagine that this is Helios' smoke trying to cover this push. But Helios just steadily marching forward. They have almost nothing threatening them. Rick is kind of starting to make his way back to the north again, but Glow has been able to just hold on to this position on the south side of the draw, and he has been a constant thorn in their side. I made criticism of his OP location, but who cares what I think? He's doing a great job back here. Look at this distraction he's created. These guys have made it all the way up the draw now. Pathfinders is completely boxed into win 73. Look at this push. Huge push from Helios coming around this corner. Gordon Baum gets himself a kill, gets taken down by Donald Pump. Donald Pump gets himself another kill before being taken out himself. Here comes Element pushing up the hill. There's another spawn in back here with the commander, and Turkleton and Chosen about to run into each other. Don't peek that corner. Don't do it, Turkleton. Oh, where'd he go? Somebody got him? Oh, Chosen's in the house, that's why. Turkleton coming around the corner. Should get spotted by Murray or Element here in a second. You got Calvis up here, was laying down on top of that bunker, shooting across the way too. Mongo goes down to Bick back here. Pathfinder still trying to hold on to this, still trying to clear out this flank. Airhead has come down right here. That looks like it is a Helios airhead. No, it's a Helios. But there's the bombing, or the guys in the trench didn't react to it. Then they didn't throw oh, Gordon goes down. He doesn't get it. Here comes Caveman and Dad Bod. That airhead is live. He got smoke dropping on top of it. They're getting taken out. Murray is covering it. The airhead is still live. Caveman's coming up to it. He's trying to lock it out. They're getting hit with grenades. Caveman should be able to pop a grenade on it. He's jumping up. He's going for it. He drops a grenade on the airhead. The airhead will go down. Or did he miss? There it goes. There it goes. The airhead does go down. Pathfinders manages to stop what almost looked like a successful airhead. A lot of guys for Pathfinders pushing into the draw now, trying to clear out these guys on the south side of the draw. They're tired of this crossfire. And there goes Glow, making his way around Dog Green. Das Orcs, does he see him or hear him? He's heading that way. Must be something over here lit up. Oh yeah, Garrison's lit up. Glow's like right on top of it. He gets Caveman. He gets Bert. Did he just crawl through that? Can you crawl through that gun port? Gets Das Orcs before being taken out by Libby. Don't know where his OP is, but he made it pretty far. He almost got that garrison. Here comes another Stuart pushing up the embankment. Trying to keep the tanks in the fight. '76 was engaging with something down here to the south. Probably another AT gun. Yes, yes, another AT gun. Now there was 2 Tigers over here on the front door. They're still kind of hanging back. Or one of them is. There's the other one. One of the Tigers is hanging back. The other one has pushed up a little bit. This 76, there's just a lone 76 up over here. Did just have a Stuart come up. There he is. He is still alive. I didn't know if maybe he had pushed over the hill too fast, but he's still alive. If he tries to get too aggressive, though, there's 2 Tigers right there, so I'm thinking that they might lose this Stuart if he's not careful. There goes the 76. What? Did he get taken down by another AT gun? He definitely was not engaging the Tigers. So, must have been an AT gun. So now they've just got this one Stuart back here, and Pathfinders is in a bit of trouble. There goes a Pathfinders bombing run. Should get itself a fair amount of kills. That will hold off Helios for a short time, but here come the Tigers. And these Tigers are going to be a massive problem for Pathfinders to deal with. If they can't get some satchels on this or something. You can see that Stuart's pulling up. They got an AT gun running, trying to, you know, ward off this one Tiger. But he's got a nice flank fire going on over there by the draw. Still, AT gun's better than nothing. They need the firepower. Here's a 3rd Tiger over here just on the north side of the draw as well. This tank pressure from Helios is starting to become overwhelming. And Helios still controls the south side of the draw. I mean, Pathfinders is fighting for it. It's not like they don't have anybody up here, but Helios, they have not been able to drive Helios off of this hilltop. Here comes Turkleton flanking around. Maybe he can come around the backside of this. He is all up in their lines as there's a bunch of guys coming up the draw now. Looks like he just got Calvis. Campo looking that way. Just as I locked onto him, I got him killed. And this is a big wave of infantry up here, and you know it's very important for Helios to hold on to this because they can just keep throwing this flank fire across the draw into these guys. Look at this, they got the Tiger pushed up. They got rifles and MGs over here sending flank fire into Pathfinders. Pathfinders is just completely boxed into this little area right here. They do have a recon Vic who did not live very long, got taken out, I think, by one of the Tigers up here. Spotted him. He didn't make it very far, so Pathfinders is having a hard time. They did get another 76 up here. There, looks like there goes the AT gun. Trying to get some repair stations going on. There he goes. He gets a hit off on one of the Tigers. That Tiger is still there. He has not backed off. There goes a precision strike as well. The other Tiger is actually able to shoot him in the flank. Infantry gets blasted by the Tiger who is pushed across the open. Can the 76 get the shot off? He gets a ricochet. Is not able to destroy him. There goes the Stuart. Is pulling up now, trying to cause some kind of anything he can do. Kill some infantry or something. One of the Tigers does catch around now. He is aware that he has a Tiger on his flank that is pushed up into the circle. Looks like Marco's dropping a satchel on that Tiger. The 76 goes down to the other one. 3 Tigers now pulling up here into the circle. One of them did get satcheled, I believe. just barely getting missed by rockets. They're trying to get these tigers out of here. If he got satcheled, he's going to back up to this other tiger. Oh, come on. Line each other up. Let's see a 3-tank satchel kill. Wouldn't that be something? I don't know if they got that satchel on it. It looked like Mark got a satchel on it, but I could be wrong. He did indeed get the satchel on. He did not quite get the other tanks. Looks like he did do some damage to this one, maybe. But the tiger goes down. There's still 2 tigers here to deal with. A lot of infantry spawning in. The Artie's coming down on top of him now. This is almost completely captured by Helios. Pathfinder's trying to pull it back. These tigers creating so much cap weight. They do still have this Stuart up here on the north side. Can try and help him keep this infantry out here. Looks like one of the tigers. I don't know if he's just looking for that Stuart. Oh, there's nobody in it. They lost all their crew. They must have been out repairing when that satchel went off. But there is the capture for Helios. Pathfinder still has a number of guys in the circle. They might be able to get this capture pressure going again. But I don't know, man. These tigers are right in their face. If they can get these tigers backed off, they can maybe get some captures. And instead, they just get wiped out entirely by the artillery, just raining down on them. Here comes the crew back into the other tiger. Should be able to repair it up and get it up and running again. The other tiger pulling over now, looking like he's trying to get a shot on the Stuart. Oh, wow, he lived. He did get a shot on the Stuart, but he managed to survive the first shot. And there he goes. Gets taken down by the tiger. He did his best. You did your best, little Stewie. There was nothing you could do. Tigers holding the position. Infantry still pushing up the draw for Helios. A P4 now up on the hill for Helios, but Pathfinders has their own medium up top up here, trying to get some shots on him. And he gets taken out by the P4. Is that a solo P4? Gets taken out by the solo P4. I think. He might have got taken out by Shadow. We're now down to trying to hold on to Dog Green. And Dog Green, this one can be rough, because the point itself is down below the bluffs. And Helios already kind of controls the bluffs, so if Pathfinders cannot maintain control of at least something in the cliffs, they're not likely to hold Dog Green. They're just going to have some overlooking fire coming down, raining down on them, take them out. Where's my chat? Why isn't my chat working? Huh. Why isn't my chat working? What is that? That's not even... That's why my chat's not working, because I was watching the wrong thing. There we go. Alright. Alright, looks like Pathfinder's starting to make some progress up the draw. Not getting too much pressure going on here at the circle, but they are keeping some guys around the area. They have not given up just yet. Helios now swinging over here to the north. Trying to get something going on up here on the edge of the map. Once you come over where Brickrolled is, you're looking down the hill. So if you can get an OP up somewhere around there, he's in a pretty decent position. Burns Handpapo's OP on the backside of the tank. Gets him in the back as well. Here comes Dread. Dread's looking the other way. Taking some shots with his grease gun. Brickrolled definitely heard that. Brickrolled gets him with the hip fire. Gets himself another kill, and he's just holding this edge of map. Gets Handpapo as well before he can come back this way. Handpapo must have an OP right there or something. Oh, there's a garrison. There's a garrison. Repair station goes down. Here comes Papa Bear. Gets taken down by Snarky Snack. Snarky Snack goes down to Brickrolled. Cook gets his machine gun set up. That could be a big problem for Pathfinders now. There's another spawn in on the OP. He gets taken down before he can put that machine gun to use, but here comes one of the Tigers. Bombing run incoming. That is a Helios bombing run coming straight across. Should have just cleaned up that garrison, along with a good number of the infantry that was here. As Helios is trying to consolidate Win 73. Pathfinders still up in the draw. They're not completely pushed out. P4 still blasting away from this side, though. Has not been taken out. There is some infantry coming this way for Pathfinders. Look at, there's a fight going on down here on the beach. You guys better be careful. Don't shoot the arty guy with a stray round. Look at Glow chasing the 76. I don't think they see him. I don't think you're gonna catch him, Glow. He ain't stopping. So Pathfinders actually have a pretty nice looking flank attack going here. If they can hold on to Dog Green long enough for these guys to get into position, maybe they can get something going on back here. I mean, you got Rick again on the backside along with Animal as squad leader. Should be able to get some OPs going on over here. Rectum Ripper got taken out by somebody back here, though. So Helios is looking. Oh, it's Gasmac, probably. Caught him out in the field, out in the open. But that's, yeah, they got guys back here. Helios is watching. Who shot that rocket? I don't know, but Pathfinders, they're doing a pretty good job now, pushing up from the south. There's a ricochet off the P4. A rocket that just shot the boxes instead of the P4. I wonder if that's like not loaded in from where he shot it or something. P4 is wounded. Here comes Folded. There's another good rocket into the P4. Should only take one more good rocket. That P4 will be finally gone. He's been there for a while. I think Folded might be out of rockets, though. Enemy has begun to capture. Well, I hope Pathfinders has a backup garrison somewhere over here. They do. And Helios is like in the circle, though. There comes Woody right there on the main garrison. Should be able to keep a number of guys around the circle. I would think the Pathfinders will be able to pull this back, but like I said, if Helios takes control of the top of the cliffs and pushes Pathfinders out of there, they're going to have a hard time coming across this beach. Pathfinders doesn't look too bad up here in the north, but this tiger is an issue. They try to push up past this ditch at all, this trench. And I mean, and Helios has guys in the trench too, so it's not like they can just push into the trench. But even if they make it into the trench, then they got the tiger to deal with. Does look like that Pathfinders is going to be able to make the trench, though. Dread is in the trench. Potato taking some shots at Samirin. Here comes Dread. Should be able to get Samirin in the side. Samirin goes down to Dread. Dread now getting lit up by the tiger. Satchel goes off behind me on the edge of the trench system. Tiger's still here, but Dread's making his way up the ditch. That tiger should have this pretty locked down. I think that tiger just shot that machine gunner back there on the ship. Dread's actually making it in the circle, but there was still briefly some cap pressure going on at Dog Green. And he's on that garrison. He just wiped it. And here goes the garrison. He's got it locked. He's on the ground. He should be safe to take that down. The garrison's gone. He does get taken down, but the garrison is gone. So now they've lost their first main backup garrison. They do have another backup garrison up here in the north. It's up here somewhere. I can't see it, but it's like over here somewhere. I'm looking like right at it. Oh, it's way up there. And that's the backup garrison. That's what they got. They're going to have to run all the way down to the circle. Now it's going to be incredibly difficult for them to keep these guys out of here. I hear a bombing run. That is a Pathfinders bombing run. Hopefully it can clear out enough infantry for them to get more reinforcements going on here. Does look like it's going to be a pretty good bombing run. Got itself a number of kills. I do not know where the garrisons are. There's an airhead coming down. Coming down right on top of Blind Panda. Like, right in his lap. But that's a Helios airhead? I don't know. It just popped though, so it's gone. I think that might have been a Helios airhead. I think they were trying to get an airhead going on right on the front door. Dog Green does not quite survive. Look, they got the tanks right up on the cliffs trying to shoot down. Just pulls the Tiger straight down the hill just so he can actually get some shots off. Pathfinders have a pretty decent amount of infantry that are making their way up the hill, though. They're having a hard time getting in here, but they are starting to make some progress. Whiskey goes down to Dawn, or maybe Crispy Chicken. Samirin still covering this entryway with the MG. Potato goes down. Dawn goes down to Brickrolled. So Helios is still protecting this flank. Does look like Pathfinders lost most of their push coming up the hill in the center. These Tigers are just almost impossible for them to deal with. Here comes the Greyhound for the rescue. He's going to make all the... Oh. I guess he won't make all the difference. Branderino trying to get some rockets into the Tiger that has pulled up onto the cliff. Wicks catching some rounds from way down south. There's a heavy down there on the beach. The other Tiger now catching rounds. I can't quite see the 76, but I know he's down there on that road somewhere. There he is. And he does manage to destroy one of the Tigers. A very, very nice play for Pathfinders. They really needed to start dealing with these Tigers. So down to 2 Tigers. Helios still in command of the field. And they still got this P4 up here as well, who is surprisingly still alive. So he has done a phenomenal job helping them hold on to that side of the draw as well. The Helios still trying to muscle their way into the center. As Osiris goes down to Mark. Donald Pump goes down to Caveman. Caveman up there in that broken down house shoots a bunch of guys in the back. Chosen breaks through and gets himself an OP. And he's on the garrison. Blackosaurus doesn't seem to have noticed the garrison is gone. There isn't really anything to follow it up at the moment. Chosen goes down, gets taken down by Q. Cuddle King? Cobble King? Does that say Cobble King? I don't know. He goes down. These guys are all over each other. There's like lines, but not really. I mean, these are bunched up here and bunched up here. Helios has got some guys breaking through here. They're kind of holding up here in the north as well. Pathfinder's got some guys that are slipping through here in the center, immediately getting cleaned up though. Helios has been pushed back a little bit. Pathfinder's looking a little stronger. They've got definitely got some guys who have made it up on top of the cliffs. Rick over there on the backside, still trying to get around on the backside, cause some problems. Here comes another wave in the center from Helios, trying to put the nail in the coffin. Pretty big spawn-ins from Pathfinders, though. They don't want to let this happen. I'm pretty sure they'd be up. They've already got that garrison back up. Same spot, surprisingly. Must have been supplies there already. Pretty sure Toasty can have eyes on that garrison from up here. Monster Corn Dog. Nope, Toasty got taken out by someone else before he could get in position. And Folded finally clears out the P4. as Pysisk was out repairing it. There's something back here. What's shooting from back here? Crispy Chicken has got a solo steward who's using the ship for cover. Now, where happened to the tigers? Are they still up here? They got one tiger back here. Is that a P4? No, it's a tiger. Kind of looked like a P4 for a second. Where'd that other tiger go? There was two tigers up here. Have they lost two tigers now? They might have. Here comes a bombing run. Looks to be a Helios bombing run. Let's see where it goes. She's probably going to go right across Dog Green. There it goes. That'll get the garrison. It's going to get itself a number of infantry as well. Still pretty decent number of guys on the field for Pathfinders. Should be able to keep Helios from pushing straight in. Artillery come down here in the north. Shadow's got an AT gun set up so that he can shoot down the beach. Pretty decent sized spawn in right there for Pathfinders. They're still trying to get the pressure on in these trenches. And you got green right here. The green something. The green blob? I don't know. They are in the trenches. Actually looking pretty good. Green has made it all the way into the circle. He's in the point. Pop-Tart in the open. Right there above Libby. Libby's still trying to hold the trenches so more guys can make it up. I think they want to get over here and take this AT gun out. Potato taking shots at NES. Pop-Tart makes his way into the trench. I don't think Dredd was able to get a satchel on that tiger. I think he got killed before he could get it on. The Pathfinder's having a hard time making their way up the hill. And Helios having a hard time forcing their way through the center. They're having that same issue where Pathfinders has some guys up on the high grounds on either side as they're trying to push in. And they just can't quite get in there. You know, you got like Dadbot up here. With a very nice field of fire. Oh, someone else got him first, Dadbot. Oh, get Mongo right there. You can see Mongo. Look, there's Mongo. Shoot Mongo. You can see him. Looks like somebody finally got Mongo. So he's actually in a really good position to cover that. And I don't think they've quite figured out where he is yet. You won't be able to see the... Ooh, nice big satchel hit right there. Cleared out a bunch of infantry. Witty taking some shots at Pop-Tart way out on the edge of map. Oh, Witty got himself a kill right there. Got Lethy and Whiskey. Witty shooting from all the way up here on the edge of map. Manages to cover this push. A couple of guys managed to slip into the trench. It's not too much, but if they can get in here and start causing some problems, maybe some reinforcements can get in behind them. Still have this one tiger up here. Looks like he just got hit by something. Von Wrecker maybe got a rocket off into him. Von Wrecker goes down to Lethicky. No, I think this... I think there's something shooting at him. There is a couple of 76s way down to the south. Way down there. You can see them. So far away the nameplates aren't even showing up. There's the garrison. Now we know where the garrison is for Helios. Helios still holding up here. Looks like they lost a lot of their progress here in the center. Just over 28 minutes left on the match. So plenty of time for Pathfinders to, you know, get something happening here. I know Helios is coming really close to just nailing down this 5-0, but Pathfinders has rallied pretty good. Way down here in the south, the fight has spread way down here as these guys are trying to find ways around each other. And it does look like Helios has managed to clean off most of the plateau down here on the south side of the draw. These guys around each other. They're pretty far away from each other. Animal goes down probably to gas mask. Icon goes down to I have no idea who. Garfield, maybe? I don't know. No. Must have been Flynn Rider. They got a garrison right here? They do. Probably just doing commander abilities right now, but he would have a nice shot on Keizo if he just stood up and looked. Now he's gonna run the other way. Here comes Keizo. I can hear those footsteps, so he should be able to hear those footsteps. Keizo's in the trench. Flint Rider pops up and gets Keizo. Here comes Gasman around the corner just north of him, takes out Das Orcs. Gasmask looking the other way. Looks like him and Flynn are exchanging with each other. Gasmask pushing that way. Taking some shots at Flynn Rider. Gets shot in the back by Turkleton. Looks like Turkleton might actually be taking some shots at Icon down there as well. Alright, so back up here in the main fight. Pathfinders has actually made some progress in the draw. They pushed up pretty good. Might be able to start swinging around into Win 73 from the south. Cook just got himself a hipfire kill there. Here comes a bombing run. Pathfinder's bombing run's going to go across the Tiger. Does not destroy the Tiger, but should definitely have done some damage to him. Pathfinder's making some progress here in the center. If they could get a couple more guys up into this trench and get rid of that Tiger, here comes another Tiger pulling up for Helios. There is another 76 down here at the bottom of the hill for Pathfinders. They could really use him up there. Of course, now with that other 76 pulling into the fight. There's Wix and Ya, or You. I think it was Ya, because the other one was Bruh. This Tiger has now pushed up. The other 76 is coming up the hill. Papa Bear should spot him. Maybe even get a satchel on him. He is an assaultman if he's got the satchel build. Did he see him? Does he see him moving around in that bush? Papa Bear's going for it. He spotted him. They're trying to run him over. I can't tell if he got the satchel on or not. I think he did. He's catching rounds as well. Yeah, there's the satchel right there. I can see it. That 76 is screwed. Gets taken out by the Tiger anyways, and then there goes the satchel. Pathfinders has made some more guys into the trenches. They immediately get mowed down. Satchel goes off on the edge of the cliff, clearing out all the rest of the infantry for Pathfinders. And there goes their progress. 24 minutes left on the match. And Papo goes down to Whiskey up here in the trenches right as he gets in here. Down here on the south side of the draw. Pathfinder's actually looking pretty good. There is still one Tiger here. Oh, and there's a spawn in. Spawning on that OP. Most of it gets cleaned up immediately. There goes the rest of it. Getting some rockets. Average Gamer gets some rockets into this Tiger. Blows himself up so he can come back with more rockets. They do not quite get that OP. That OP is still alive. Gets another spawn in. Should be able to keep this Tiger alive. Caveman comes around the corner. Gets himself a couple of kills. Gets taken out. Here comes Cross. Here comes Cross as another AT looking to get rid of this Tiger. He's heading the other way, though. They could really use you over here, Cross. More spawn-ins for Helios. Pathfinders came so close to clearing them out. They managed to get a couple more spawn-ins. The Tiger's still alive. It's getting repaired up right now by the tank commander. And this is going to continue to be a problem for Pathfinders. A little bit of a fight going on back here behind us too, as well as Pathfinders trying to swing out wide. Helios with a couple of squad leaders back there waiting for him. Helios leaving nothing to chance, covering all of their bases. Helios now in the cliffs, up above Dog Green, putting in some fire, trying to clear out the infantry. There is still 176 here for Pathfinders, keeping the circle locked down. What are you doing, you crazy dog? Not a super strong looking push from Helios, but they're right on the edge of the circle up here. They might actually even be in the circle. That last building right there is in the circle. So I think Teriyaki and Jaka are in the circle. Jaka goes down to Talabroski. Talabroski goes down to Teriyaki. Teriyaki goes down to Branderino. Branderino goes down to Chosen. Chosen goes down to Tuna Robber. Oh, Duper goes down as well. Witty falls off the cliff and dies. You all saw it here on the train. Pop-Tart goes down as he comes around the corner. Should have had eyes on that garrison, so they're going to know that garrison's down there on the bottom of the hill. Flare goes up for Pathfinders. Von Wrecker goes down, falls off the cliff. Grenade does not quite get the OP. There's another spawn in. Papa Bear trying to take out, gets taken out by Potato in return. Pathfinders holding on to the edge of the map. Libby pushing up underneath the Tiger. Now is he gonna go? He's going for it. Gets blasted by a friendly tank. Right as he went for the satchel. Where is that friendly tank? Not 100% sure. There's a rocket into the Tiger. Brick rolled back here, taking some shots at Witty. And Potato looks like he was keeping his head down, making his way up the trench. More infantry pushing up for Helios. Backing this Tiger off. Can't afford to lose it at this point. 20 minutes left on the match. Flares going off for Pathfinders, trying to get a feel for what's going on up here at the top of the hill. Helios again trying to clear out the south side of the draw. Only a couple of guys left up here for Pathfinders. There's a Tiger up here for Helios, as they've now spread their tanks out a little bit. I mean, this Tiger's been up here for a while, so it survived, narrowly survived earlier. Now it's up here nice and strong with a ton of infantry support. It's got a garrison behind. And Helios still looking to try and nail down this 5-0. 76 pushing south on the bottom of the cliffs. Maybe looking to get around behind that Tiger up there. I don't know if he can shoot him up on the cliff up there like this. Let's take a look real quick. See if he stops here. I think he's trying to get a shot on that Tiger from right here at the bottom of the cliff. Gets Sherby. Donald Pump goes down to green. Murray goes down to the 76. I think that 76 is trying to make his way around down to the south side. There is another tank here. Is this a 76? It is indeed. So they're using the ships for cover as they're trying to engage the Tigers. And it does look like Pathfinders managed to swing around to the backside. They've got a really large push coming in from the west. I'm not sure if they did this with an airhead or some sort of double drop. I didn't see it, but they've got a lot of guys coming in from this direction. Even if they don't succeed with this attack, they might be able to cause a distraction on the front door that they need as Dadbod makes his way to the circle before being taken out. Pathfinders trying really hard to take back this 4th point. 18 minutes left back on the match. There's still plenty of time for them to take this back. Not sure what that precision was going for. Flare goes up. The Tiger is pulling back there too. He's looking to investigate what's going on back there. I'm gonna guess they got something. Must have been an airhead because there's nothing back here. does look like Helios is starting to clean that up, but a lot of their infantry has been pulled back to deal with it. They've got no pressure going on over here at Dog Green, as Pathfinders are slowly beginning to make some progress. Potatoes gets taken out. I thought maybe he got shot in the back, but he gets taken out before he can make his way up the trench. Dadbod jumps up out of the trench and immediately gets taken down. Libby coming around the corner, blasts somebody with a shotgun. Maybe he can get some more kills. He's going for a satchel on the building. And NES didn't spot him. He's going for the satchel. He does end up getting taken down by Huzzah, I think. Got him in the back. There's nobody here. I don't think he's going to get anything. He might get that OP. And Papa Bear, if Papa Bear doesn't move away. Kind of want to watch to see if he gets this OP. Pathfinders has actually made it over the crest of the hill up here on the north side. There goes the satchel. It does get the OP. Dread goes down as he tries to push his way across the open field. Pathfinders starting to break through. That distraction back here has played out. It is being cleaned up. The Tigers are now returning back to the fight. Was it enough of a distraction to get Pathfinders in here? They're starting to lose Dog Green on the back of this. They may have overextended on this push. That's quite a bit of infantry for Helios in the circle now. There's a big spawn in on the garrison for Pathfinder. Should be able to start pulling this back. I'm not sure if Jaka can hear that garrison or not, but he's like right on top of it. Gets taken out, and Pathfinders is pulling it back. It looked pretty desperate for a second there, but that garrison just underneath the pillbox managed to get a good spawn in. Pathfinders still getting through up here in the north as well, as the fight is starting to compress now that we're getting down here to the last 15 minutes. These wide flanks are no longer viable. It takes too much time to get into position. If Pathfinders wants to take this back, they're quite literally just going to have to muscle their way through. And they are absolutely trying, getting blasted by artillery up here in the north. They're having a hard time getting up over the hill here in the center. Here comes Gobble King coming up the trench. He's going to run into Whiskey. Whiskey's waiting for him. Gobble King shoots, misses, and gets taken out. Animal gets taken down by Whiskey as well. Pop-Tart jumps up on top of the bunker and takes out the OP on the backside. Gets Dadbod, gets Data before it gets taken down by Potato. The 76 is right there just shooting straight up the cliff. More OPs are popped as Donald Pump jumps up and over the cliff. Some more spawn-ins over here on the edge of map, but this is, it's not hard, but not impossible to break through over here. There's no tank. Oh, there is a tank. There is actually one Tiger back here watching, so they're gonna have a hard time breaking through on this side. Sometimes you can get around, but it's especially difficult in these high-end games where people are watching. Glow was all the way back in the ships before being taken out. You got Mongo on the backside as well, starting to shoot Pathfinders in the back. There's a spawn-in down on the beach. Here comes the bombing run. That looks to be a Helios bombing run. There goes the garrison. Gets taken out by Donald Pump with a well-placed rocket. Here comes the bombing run to clear out the rest of them. Gets himself a handful of infantry. Pathfinders with a number of guys back here on the ship just shooting long range, trying to provide cover fire for the guys who are still in the circle. Airhead is about to land. Airhead is live for Helios on the backside of that barn over there. I don't think there's anybody around for Pathfinders to stop it. They get a couple of spawn-ins on that thing, they're going to be right on top of the circle. Here comes the artillery smoke trying to cover it. We should see a spawn-in on the airhead any second now. You can also see that Helios is trying to push down the hill up there on the top. Here comes the counter bombing run going over top of the airhead. Just kind of misses it. And I don't think airheads don't get destroyed by bombing runs, right? So he just barely missed that. Just barely missed that spawn in. A little bit of cap pressure going on. 12 minutes and 30 seconds left on the match. As Helios trying to nail this down here. They're so close. They're so close to being able to push through. Now starting to catch some flank fire from on top of the hill as Pathfinders has managed to take back the south side. They got eyes on this garrison up here on top of the hill. There goes the garrison to Talabrowski. Should alleviate some of this pressure coming down from the south side of the draw. It's going to be really hard for Helios to muscle their way in here now with this flank fire coming onto them from the south. As you got Armadillo up here on this hillside. This smoke is covering them though. Worst guitarist right above him on the cliffs. He's actually shooting the other way, trying to catch these guys coming up from the south. Pathfinders shoving their way up from the south, determined to stop this 5-0 capture. Doesn't look like Helios is going to be able to make it through here. Mostly getting cleaned up. This is actually a really nice looking push from Pathfinders. Here come their tanks as well on the back side of this. 11 minutes and 10 seconds left on the match. Helios trying to get some positions up on the cliffs, trying to lay down some flank fire into Pathfinders who are down in the point. And Papo gets himself a kill as somebody comes in right on top of him. Here comes Papa Bear looking to get him in return. Doesn't end up taking him down. And Pop-Tart is on top of the other backup garrison. Places the satchel. Just in case he dies. There goes the garrison up in the north. Here comes Von Recker. Gets taken down by Pop-Tart. I hear some tank fighting going on down here in the south as well. Some ricochets going on. I hear a precision strike coming in. A near direct hit. That looked like a direct hit, but it didn't destroy him. It hit the embankment right there a little bit. It did get some good damage to him, but here's Gen Glow on the backside, shooting these guys in the back. He does get taken out. Mongo looking to get a satchel on this 76. I think he did because he's running away from it. Does anybody see a satchel? I don't see a satchel, but that doesn't mean there isn't one on it. Looks like Mongo managed to get worked as well. Here comes Brandarino and Dadbod. There was indeed a satchel on it as it goes off and takes out Brandarino and Dadbod. 176 left on the point to help lock this down. There is some cap pressure going on a little bit at Win 73, but I don't think it's going to matter. 9 minutes and 15 seconds left on the match, and Helios is just flooding into Dog Green. Wave after wave of their own troops. There goes the other 76, gets taken out by Shadow up on the cliff. Also having a Tiger pulling into the circle as well. I don't think Pathfinders is going to be able to pull this one back. Maybe they can get a precision on this Tiger or something, get some more infantry in here. They don't have any backup garrisons. They don't have an HQ. They did actually get a backup garrison up here in the north. So actually that's good. Good on them. They lost that one garrison. They got a backup garrison up there in the north really fast. So maybe they can get some reinforcements in here. They got a Tiger in the circle though, so we'll see what happens. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left. Artillery coming down inside Dog Green. They were starting to pull it back for a minute there. There's more infantry coming in for Helios. Pathfinders doesn't have very many guys in the circle, even if they drop the reinforce, which they have just dropped the reinforce. There's only a couple of guys in the circle to capitalize off of it. Snarky Snack, you got to keep going, dude. You guys need more guys in the circle. There's another spawn in for Pathfinders. It is enough to start pulling it back. It is contested. This Tiger is just the death of them. They cannot get it out of the circle. It's just sitting there blasting away. More infantry coming in for Helios is starting to swing back their way. 7 minutes and 45 seconds left. I don't think it's going to matter. Here comes the other Tiger. And that's going to do it. Some rockets going into the first Tiger. Here comes the third Tiger to lock it down. And there you have it. That's going to be... Oh, no! Oh, no! There you don't have it. A massive spawn wave on the garrison right there does manage to start pulling it back. Here comes an airhead coming down. 4 Pathfinders are still trying to hold on to this. Here comes the Tigers pushing in. They want to make sure they clear this out. I don't think that last wave is going to be enough. It was a very last second valiant effort, but... Oh. And there it is. Let's take some look at some combat scores. I'm seeing some 827 from Tuna Robber, 893 Libby. 829 from Zushin. Some nice scores going on here. Let's take a look over here. We'll get 1182 Mongo, 1057 Campo, 1084 Chosen, 1580 from Lethiki. Donald Pump, 1200. Yeah, some very nice looking combat scores. And there you have it. That was a phenomenal match. There was... I think the thing that mainly tipped the scales is that Helios is just overall slightly better performance. Their infantry seemed to get some better engagements. Their tank kind of seemed to get some better engagements, especially early on. Like Pathfinders really got pushed around in the early part of the game, and then they kind of rallied and were looking pretty strong for a while there, but it just wasn't enough. And so... well, you all saw how it went down. So thank you everybody who watched, and we will see you guys tomorrow for was it Machine Soldiers versus Vanguardia? I believe it was. I don't know, tomorrow at 3 Eastern. So for those of you who tune in, we'll see you then. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Take it easy.
In the darkest night, he's the guiding light.